Hello, I'm Rebecca Chaplin and I'm proud to be presenting Motors.co.uk's new series, Live More Moments, a series where our amazing guests share with us their car moments, memories from their first motor, nostalgic childhood road trips, and the must-haves to their existing or future cars to enable them to live more. In our first series, we're chatting to some inspirational women of the automotive industry here in the UK, as we celebrate one of the most important days of the year this month, International Women's Day, whose theme this year is Break the Bias, championing for a world free of bias, stereotypes and discrimination. So let's chat with some of the women breaking the bias in the automotive industry. Before I introduce today's guest, I would like to wish you all a very happy International Women's Day, and I hope that you're celebrating in some way, whether it's a large event at your company or tonight's bedtime story of leading ladies inspiring your little ladies to be anything they want. Back to today's guest, this woman is celebrating her 10th year in the automotive industry at Motors.co.uk, where her role has developed from Salesforce manager to a vital role within the marketing team. Her projects span from GDPR rollout, CRM migrations, to project managing Motors.co.uk's B2C campaigns, including their How to Car series featuring Ellie Taylor, the More Than Metal campaign, which launched in March 2021. A recent project, and one I'm excited to chat through today though, is her role within the company, implementing Gumtree's and Motors.co.uk's first women's health policy. So without further delay, please welcome Hannah Fisher, Senior Brand Marketing Manager at Motors.co.uk. Welcome, Hannah. Lovely to have you here.
Rebecca, thanks for having me.
Will you be doing anything special for International Women's Day?
Well, today's Tuesday, which means that my two daughters have ballet this evening. So I will be finishing work and then picking them up for the usual Tuesday chaos, ballet, trying to get one of them to do their homework in the car, eating their tea, trying to remember all their ballet kit. Yeah, just a standard Tuesday, really.
Oh, life never ends, does it? So as I mentioned in your intro, this is your 10th year at Motors.co.uk. And can you tell us a bit about the career journey you've had over the last decade?
Yes, 10 years. So I joined in a fairly different role to what I'm in now, but I joined within the marketing team looking after the CRM system. And I think actually throughout the 10 years, my role has changed, but I have a thread of project management skill that sort of continues along. I think for the last 10 years, I can't mention my career without actually the fact that I've had two children in that time as well, because actually that's influenced a lot of the changes that happened in my role and responsibilities along the way. I've gone from being the sole person responsible for the system at Motors, Salesforce, and then obviously I had to let go of that to go on maternity leave, and then I came back and actually wanted to take on other opportunities, which thankfully Motors have been very happy to support me with, and now I'm part of the marketing team working on some super exciting things, and 10 years.
I can't believe it, really, but it's quite a lot that you've achieved. Going through that list there's some amazing projects where you've worked with amazing people. Do you ever look back and think like, wow, I can't believe I fit all this in?
Yes. Yeah, and it's been a very busy couple of years, and combining being a working mum, having children, I'm super lucky that I work with such a great bunch of people. I work with very supportive people that we've worked together for a long time, and we know each other very well, and getting projects, working together on projects is very easy in that respect. And also I work with other people who have other outside work responsibilities, and the recognition that some people have a juggle, but just let them do the juggle and they'll do their job and work hard.
So we mentioned today is a special day, it's International Women's Day, and this year the theme is breaking the bias. What do you think the industry needs to openly talk about?
I think there's a couple of different layers. I think all industries need to make sure that they are championing opportunities for all. regardless of their gender, their colour, their background. Everybody needs to have the opportunity to thrive in whatever they want to do. And I think that the automotive industry needs to continue to do what it's been doing. It's not such a male-orientated industry anymore. It is open to everybody, and there is the opportunity for women to work in the automotive industry and be successful. You don't have to be a car enthusiast. You don't have to know everything about every single engine. It took me a long time before I knew what SUV actually stood for, because actually it doesn't matter. You can still be very good at your job without being a petrol head, and I think that there is opportunities for everybody in this industry.
So keeping on that breaking the bias theme, I briefly mentioned earlier that you're involved with the first women's health policy at motors.co.uk. So what does that actually mean for you and the company?
I think that this is so exciting, because what this does, and our policy has been introduced, and what it actually does, it affirms the commitment that the company has to look after its people. And there is nothing really groundbreaking within this policy. It's ways of working and existing policies that's been put into the context of looking after women's health. You know, we all have the ability to look after our team members and our colleagues, but what this actually does is it just affirms that people have the confidence to ask for the support when they need it, and the managers have the confidence to be able to support their teams. And yeah, it just affirms the commitment that the company has for its people, which is a big thing.
What would you say to someone who's watching this today who might be considering joining the industry, or even potentially a job at motors.co.uk?
I think 10 years at motors.co.uk probably speaks for itself. You know, it's a great company, great team of people, and we've had quite the journey along the way. I think if anybody wanted to join Motors, then they would very much enjoy it. And I think if anybody wanted to join the automotive industry, I think that there are huge opportunities. The car industry is forever changing. Technology changes all the time. Obviously, there's this huge focus on electric vehicles at the moment, and even just the last couple of years, the amount of new types of electric vehicles that are coming out. You know, there is so much going on that I think it's very exciting to be part of.
That kind of nicely leads on to our next question. So you were part of the More Than Metal campaign. What does Live More actually mean to you?
So Live More to me means, in this respect, it means that the car enables you to do whatever you need to do in your life. And I think that for me as a parent, it means that I can take my children from school and nursery to ballet to swimming. It means that I can go do whatever I need to do. I also have my own hobbies, and it means that I can put what I need in my car and go where I need to go. The car is the enabler for life.
I think that's very true. So I love this question as well, because it means I've had some inside information from your colleagues. But I hear that your lease is up in your Golf, and I was wondering, what are you looking for in your next car?
So yes, I've got, I think it's my fourth Golf in a row. So yeah, it's up this year. My husband's car is up. His lease is up this year as well, and we always have to make decisions between us as to who's going to have which type of car. I've got a couple of horses, so I need to be able to put a saddle in the back, and you know, it needs to be able to go on the occasional off-road. My husband's keen on fishing, so he needs to be able to put his fishing gear in the car, and it needs to be able to accommodate our holiday trips as well. So those conversations and those decisions are always made together. I think my next car will be a similar size. A hatchback is perfect size for me, and I think we will be both going for electric vehicles next, because we think that now is the time, definitely.
Oh, brilliant. It's interesting when people both go for electric cars at the same time. But you're fully invested then. I guess you can get all the systems in place that you need.
Yeah, fully invested, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us today. I look forward to what motors.co.uk has in store for us this year. Thank you for everyone who's watched. I hope you're enjoying this series, and remember, a new episode will be launching every Tuesday throughout March. If you'd like to find out more about this year's International Women's Day, we have shared all of the links in the description box below.